The ACLU of Northern California has been a leading defender of civil liberties and civil rights in our state for over 90 years. We show up to defend the rights of all people and to lead freedom forward.
We show up to defend against cruel and unusual punishment.
We show up to ensure equal protection for all.
We show up for racial justice.
In San Francisco and throughout our region, we defend our unhoused neighbors against policies that criminalize their very existence.
These practices are about hiding homelessness, not solving it. Having failed to provide adequate housing, shelter, and services for people in crisis, the city implemented practices that compound the suffering of unhoused people. Fines, harassment, and arrest for sleeping and sitting outside, personal belongings confiscated and destroyed. We are suing to stop these counterproductive and brutal policing practices and instead fighting for humane and effective solutions like affordable housing, mental health care, and substance use treatment.
The way that laws are written and applied can actually reinforce the systems of oppression that create injustice in the first place. That's why we work to both pass good laws that protect our rights and to see through their implementation.
In 2020, we were part of a coalition that passed California's landmark Racial Justice Act.
But passing a law doesn't mean the work is finished. It's only a beginning. That's why the ACLU of Northern California is committed to showing up for the long haul.
We are working to make sure the Racial Justice Act is implemented effectively and equitably to ensure that it does what it was designed to do: prevent and rectify racial disparities in the criminal legal system. We have built a database of policies and data from prosecutors across the state that anyone can access and add to. This growing resource will allow us to document and act in cases where Californians have been or are subjected to racial bias in the criminal legal system.
Defending these principles hasn't always made us popular, but we remain steadfast in our support of those communities that are the targets of government abuse. From fighting alongside Fred Korematsu to challenge the incarceration of Japanese Americans during World War II, to taking the Trump administration to court for its discriminatory travel bans.
Immigrants are at the heart of what makes our state vibrant and strong. We are suing to stop a racist system within California prisons that has swept thousands into the federal deportation machine, often based on nothing more than their accent, their place of birth, or the color of their skin. Once tagged as foreign-born, incarcerated Californians can be isolated, lose access to rehabilitation and other programs, and be flagged for ICE, regardless of their actual immigration status. Our campaign is about restoring the due process rights of citizens and non-citizens alike, so that people can be reunited with their loved ones.
Thank you for showing up alongside the ACLU of Northern California to make sure that the rights in the Constitution are not just words on paper, but that they are promises fulfilled.